You've been playing that wrong. This is another in a series of videos that answers frequently asked questions about the board game Vantage. This should be a relatively short episode. It concerns a misunderstanding that several people have had about departing a location. I've seen quite a few forum posts complaining that the person was out of move skill tokens, so they no longer had any of these in their supply, and that prevented them from moving in the game. However, it is a misunderstanding that you need move skill tokens in order to move. You can use them to reduce your dice roll, but you never need the blue skill tokens in order to depart a location. And in fact, you never need a skill token to take any action in the game. There are occasionally cards that will say you can pay a skill token in order to avoid some penalty, but skill tokens are only optionally used to reduce the number of challenge dice that you roll. So imagine I have this misunderstanding and I'm at this location here. I can move in one of four directions. Let's say I choose to move in the easterly direction to location 184. And I've got a bunch of skill tokens in my supply, but gosh darn it, I don't have any move skill tokens. So with this misunderstanding, I see that I at least have one option. I can spend 2 boost off my character card to gain either $1 or 1 move skill token. So I decide to do that. I grab one of these. I now can move to location 184 by spending this, which is true. I could do that. Or I could roll a dice, but I apparently have that misunderstanding. And now I've moved to location 184 from location 183. Perhaps I take an action on that card. And now, since I can only take one action per location, I now want to depart to, let's say, south to location 179. But I have no move skill tokens. None of my co-players, if I'm playing a multiplayer game, has any either to lend me. And I'm now out of boost tokens on my character with no way to generate any more move tokens. And some players have just been stuck. However, there's a very simple solution, which is get rid of the misunderstanding and follow the rule that when you are departing to a location with a location, then you simply take card 179 if that's where I want to move out of the box after rolling 1 dice and dealing with the penalty on that. I can either lose a health, or more likely I place this into the move skill slot on my character token, which generates a boost. So in the future, hopefully I can build up to either being able to gain more boost tokens or re-rolling dice, or gaining more move tokens or re-rolling my dice or gaining $1, etc. Okay, so to reiterate, you never need these skill tokens to take an action in the game. The skill tokens are optionally spent to reduce the number of dice that you roll, as I did the first time when I was at location 183 and I decided rather than rolling a dice, I would spend a move token and just kind of move for free. But that was my option. I could have easily rolled a dice, as I did in location 184 here when I moved south to 179. And that's the answer to the question of how you really can't get stuck just because you run out of skill tokens. Okay, and one final segment to this video, which contains ever so slightly a spoiler. So I wanted to put this at the end in case people want to avoid all spoilers whatsoever. And that concerns actions on cards. So now I'm going to pan over to a partial card here where you'll see part of one card and its effects. So sometimes you'll get cards in your grid that have actions on them. For example, your character will always have the master, the buy, and the equip action. And here I've obtained a blowtorch, which has a craft action on it. It says craft a more advanced item, reserve this, that is move this into my reserve, and gain a flamethrower, which is card 962. So I don't have to take an action at my location. I don't have to depart or take one of these, still hidden actions on the location. I could instead take an action on one of my cards. I could master on my character, or I could craft this blowtorch. And the unique thing about this particular action here, which is not true of this one, so if I wanted to equip my character, I would have to have somebody read in the green storybook, the help storybook, the rules for equipping on 1435. It will tell me the cost and it'll tell me what I'm actually gaining from it. But some cards have all that information right there, so nobody has to read the book. It just says, if I take the craft action, I will gain card 962. The cost for doing that is to roll 5 dice and to spend 1 boost token. And some people have made the mistake, and I admit I made this mistake at some point in playing Vantage, of thinking that spending a skill token was an additional cost, because that symbol there is the same symbol as the one on the green skill token. And right now I don't have any green skill tokens, so if I had that misunderstanding, I wouldn't be able to take this action. But the cost is only the boost, which is spent from this particular card. So I would have to have a boost on this particular card. Let's imagine I do. And rolling 5 dice. The only thing that the green symbol does is it tells you this is a green action, and therefore the 5 dice that I'm rolling could go onto green spaces. So I've rolled here well. I've got 3 blanks. I've got a setback, which maybe I want to set back into the center, okay? And then I've got 1 heart to deal with, so I can either lose a health on my character, or I could place this, and this is telling me that where I can place it would be on slots and cards in my grid that are help action slots, and I happen to have one right here. The lightning bolt symbol means I can use it, or any of my colleagues can use it. It's not only green, but it's a craft slot, and I have taken a craft action. So both the keyword and the symbol are important for placing dice. I can place this here and generate a boost token onto this card, and in the future, I can use this slot if I spend 2 boost tokens from this card in order to place a dice there. So that is further proof or further validation that you never need skill tokens in order to take an action. This card looks like it has a cost of a skill token, but it's merely telling you the type of action it is, in the same way that we have the green symbol here for the equip action, not because that's a cost, but because it's telling people to look in the green book and to place dice on green slots.